On the air. Go ahead. All right.
Hey, Alex, how's it going?
Good, brother. Go ahead. Oh, and I apologize. I didn't see that you said you were active duty. They got to make me look at what's written under this. I shouldn't have made you hold for 45 minutes. Well, what's your take on Jade Helm?
Oh, Jade Helm. It's just another step in the process, I guess. I'm not necessarily too worried about it. It's just simply for the fact that there's so many people, ordinary people, calling, everywhere, news stations and newspapers everywhere. There's so many people that are so worried about it that never worry about anything. These are the people that drink the fluoride, and they're worried about it. So in all honesty, that's actually one thing I'm not that worried about.
I agree. Why are they freaking out over something when we've covered stuff way more hardcore?
Because when you tell the truth so much, eventually the truth starts getting out. And when the truth gets out, there's a shift. The media can only do one of two things. They can either cover it up or they can report on it. And if they report on it, then it makes everybody freak out. But if they cover it up and then come to find out this is legitimate, it makes them look like liars that much more.
Well, exactly. And the fact that they're misrepresenting and saying that I said it's an imminent takeover, I said day one, it's conditioning. The public's gone with the fact it's a takeover because of the map, but that's not going to work when nothing happens this summer. And I'm hoping nothing happens. I really pray that some globalist operation doesn't attack a helicopter or something and say Patriots did it. What do you think?
Yeah. The Patriots, in all honesty, that's actually what I'm worried about the most. As a matter of fact, I'd like to give you kind of a gist on something real quick, and I'd like your take, if that's okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, I'm a Patriot. I've had 4 tours to Afghanistan. I was growing up from a kid. I've always been told, you serve you do your time. Well, that being said, I have pride in my country. I take pride in that flag that they so step on recently. Now, I noticed that there's not so much as yes, I do see that we are divided, but there's got to be that great division point come at some point in time where the left is against the right, every man for himself kind of thing. But I'm not seeing that. All I can see is this left is so extreme, and everybody just thinks that they're so ignorant. Well, I can tell you one thing. Me being active duty, I see it every single day. Absolute disgust. Absolute disgust. People are so angry with what these people are doing, stomping on these flags. I mean, they're talking every single day about, we got to do something about this. We got to do something about this. And I'm one of them. And when I see someone stomp on my flag, that every man before me has absolutely laid his life down.
Sure, well, the flag's a symbol of the republic, so we respect it. But it is like a capturing of the flag. It is a desecration, so that we'll accept more and more in the future. But the flag symbolizes the First Amendment, so idiots have a right. The larger issue is what the flag symbolizes is being desecrated. I'm going to do some more overdrive, Corey. I'm going to come back, let you finish your point, and then go to Nelson, Aaron, Clarence, and Rebecca. That'll be it. I'm just going to 20 after. But we will discuss this more. Don't hang up, Corey. The globalists want to use the military to take the country over, but they want to destroy the military in that process and take out both their enemies. That's why we have to stop them starting a civil war. The Black Panther flag, or a La Raza flag, a Mecha flag, whatever, an extremist flag. A lot of people don't like the American flag because it symbolizes all these wars and stuff, but you've got to compare our country to other countries as well throughout history and the ideals that flag originally stood for. But you have to also look at the perspective of the people that do want to pull down the American flag and urinate on it and burn it. They are saying, we've conquered you, we've dominated you. And your First Amendment. That's why I hate ISIS. I mean, they don't just brutalize innocent people and all the rest of it. They are here to destroy free speech and our Renaissance system, our classically liberal system. That means you have real diversity, not you adopt what the outside minority coming in says to prove you're not racist. Basically, political correctness is about giving up your own culture, giving up your survival instinct, and being a slave. And living in a guilt-ridden mind control system. But since Corey mentioned it, and then we'll go to Nelson and others, here is a clip dealing with what happened in South Carolina at the school where they said you can't have a flag on your truck because it's offensive to some. And then it expands from there. People began to protest, and everybody basically came back with flags, and they had to back off. Here it is.
Outside York Comprehensive High School, there's no shortage of flags.
When I hear that you can't fly the flag, it makes my blood run red, and my blood is red.
Or support for patriotism.
We fought for it. I fought for it.
Lines of people are here because senior Peyton Robinson was told he couldn't fly any flag from his truck Wednesday, including Old Glory.
I've had family in the military who've served. It's not just that, but every American has the right to fly the American flag if they want.
School leaders called it a safety concern.
Anytime you get a flag of any kind flying, it creates a visual distraction.
Despite a warning, students came bearing flags anyway. Lots of them saluted by veterans in the process.
Now that was
Freedom.
spin.
You want to fly a flag? Fly it. What the heck?
By noon, it was clear the stars and stripes weren't coming down.
All right, that's
Like
enough.
James Crump learned parts of the policy would.
If you read what really happened, they said they couldn't have the flag because it was offensive to some. Then they spun it to do that, just like in all the other cases saying it's just this and that. Here's the deal. On one end, people that just freak out about the flag all day, it's annoying because they don't care about any of the basic liberties it symbolizes. They won't defend those. But a lot of folks that do like the flag do that. I like Old Glory. I mean, but what I really like is the First Amendment and the Second Amendment and the 10th Amendment and the Fourth Amendment, and that's been destroyed to a great extent. And now they're coming in for the remnants of what's left because they know that out of those ashes, freedom could rise again. But yes, in a country where kids were chanting last year at a San Antonio basketball game that I went and looked at the schools, demographics, both schools were about 60% Hispanic. And San Antonio is very military. They were chanting USA, USA when they were winning. And someone on the other team said they thought that was racist. That's like saying brown bags are racist. No, it's almost an idiotic thing people do. I mean, sometimes it makes sense. Like if somebody defended the First Amendment, then you chant USA, USA. I've been at an event being arrested for demonstrating, and people were chanting USA, USA. Well, I was being detained. They let me out of the police car, actually. It was down at the contested election between Al Gore and George Bush. There were Democrats and Republicans hitting each other and fighting and, everything else. And some ABC News guy charged me and pushed me in the throat. So I yelled back at him. The cops come over. And then there were some Republicans thought that I must be with the Democrats. So as I was I guess I was technically arrested, but wasn't taken to jail. They were chanting USA. Boy, that's, yeah. Somebody's going to jail for their free speech. USA, USA. But I just love how the school spun it, because it was first in the newspaper that, no, indeed, the American flag can be seen as offensive, and other schools are putting in similar policies across the country. Corey in Minnesota, any closing comments on that?
Yeah, I just, everybody's so sick of it. It's so ridiculous that the people that are out there, they're just so clinging to their Game Boys and whatnot. They just won't wake up.
Well, what type of country is creating a climate where the politically correct think you can't have brown paper bags or an American flag because something might be offensive? I appreciate your call. I mean, it really is crazy town that they came out and said, don't use the word bossy because it could pertain to women. Well, that was bossy. I mean, it's just, or MSNBC with promos going, your kids don't belong to you. It's all just part of them dominating. Nelson in Florida, you're on the air.
Hey, can you hear me, Alex?
Yes, sir, I can. Go ahead.
All right. So I want to talk about waking people up. I spoke to you before about trying to have these concert events in towns and promoting the Constitution and celebrating and remembering why we have it, and call it the We the People Constitutional and Freedom Tour. And I think this is a great way to create info warriors in each town. That's a problem, that people don't have the proper information. And I think we should.
No, I hear you. I just can't even organize anything else. I'm maxed out, so people need to do that. You also wanted to talk about other ways to wake people up?
Well, that's the way I've been trying to, I'm a musician here in South Florida, and I put it on all my material, being an informed citizen, go to Infowars.com, the future of America depends on it. And people come up to me all the time, like the gentleman before me just spoke, how people are fed up. Well, that's what I'm running into, too, and I protest on the side of the roads with my signs that say honk to impeach Obama, and everybody honks.
That's wonderful.
So, I'm trying to create, events where, it's all about celebrating the family and, Mayberry and what America used to be. And, my name is Nelson Williams, and I want to, be on tour. I sing Haggard, Waylon, and Cash. That's what I do, and that's America's music, and people love that. And they love my message when I'm out singing. And I think that
No, I hear you. It's incredibly positive. I got to jump to get to everybody, Nelson, but thank you for what you're doing. That's why they want to get a civil war going, because we're winning. People are fed up across the board. It's only mainstream media and if some of their idiot followers, a minority of people, mainly a bunch of white trendies, who are trying to stir all this up because they know. They're not in control just because in every sitcom and every movie they lace their messages. People are sick of it. And once the public knows they're being force-fed, no amount of it is going to work. In fact, you can get a major backlash. And that's happened. And when there's a backlash against them, they will blow stuff up to blame it on us. They will shoot stuff up to blame it on us, and you better believe they're getting ready for that. Just like I told you, get ready for ISIS to start shooting up public places, and it started all over the world. I mean, I've studied these people. I know how they operate. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying we know what we're talking about. Rebecca in Washington, you're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, hi, Alex. Can you hear me?
I sure can. Thank you.
Hey, I just wanted to talk to you regarding the GMO foods that they're feeding our population and making us all sick so we can't fight back. A sick population can't fight if they're sick. And now they've put it in the alfalfa grasses. It's contaminating all the organic alfalfa that feeds our animals. And I am just, I am so upset and cannot believe that the USDA would allow them to let Monsanto have the farmers seed their alfalfa with this GMO foods.
Well, when we know what they're doing to us, yes, it is crazy. Again, it's all over the top, Rebecca.
Well, it's even causing division in families because, they're so uneducated, and you try to talk to them about it, and they don't want to hear it. They think
they want to be lazy.
Fine.
Listen, I know people that are in the liberty movement, and they'll offer me a piece of gum, and I'll say, can I see that package? And I'll go, it's got aspartame in it. They go, oh, big deal, everything's bad for you. And I go, no. This is really bad for you. This is wood alcohol. They go, well, all I know is that regular gum, sugar gum, doesn't taste good in a minute or two. This tastes good for 20 minutes. And I said, yeah, because antifreeze for cats, it tastes good too, but it kills them. So it's just crazy because people get in an environment, they get comfortable, and they think it's okay. I'm out of time. I tried to rush. We don't have time to go to Clarence, Aaron, and Dawn. I apologize. I'll be back, Lord willing, this Sunday. Retransmission is about to start in T-minus 60 seconds. I'll be back Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central, with a lot of breaking news and key intel. Please continue to spread the word about Infowars.com, about PrisonPlanet.com. We're not perfect here, but we're trying our best, and we're having a big effect thanks to you. You are the power of the Infowars, so tell people about our local affiliates. Tell them about the free podcast, about the free video.